want to go over some of that. I did start before streaming and kind of reassessed where I was at with that because I was running into some issues. The inlay itself, the paths that I had were very complicated. And then it's actually, yes, it is inspired by Jerry Garcia's Tiger guitar. But anyway, if I zoom in on these, they look pretty good, but when you get close, you can see they're like weird spots that don't match up correctly. For example, if you look, this one's actually not that bad, but like down here, how this part's rounded, this part comes to a point. There are small discrepancies in the like symmetrical nature of these inlay, and I needed to figure out a way to kind of fix that and make it perfectly symmetrical while also reducing the size of the geometry, because before it was crashing Fusion and like making my computer really hate me. So what I did, I saved this as an SVG, I opened it up in here, and I kind of fast forwarded through some of the parts that might be boring, but I'll just show you how I'll do one. So if I turn on my sketches, you'll see I've already placed a bunch of these, but let's look at this little guy down here who's going to go right there. So this is the same process I did for all of these, but I just kind of did it off screen so I didn't waste everybody's time. I got 10 million sketches. All right, so I'm going to go into this one. And you'll see there's some small differences between these two sides, right? Like if we look over, let's say, like look on this side how this is like pretty much straight. Over here, it's this weird curved arc because when I simplified this in Illustrator, it didn't necessarily make it completely symmetrical. I lay my cats here. So to fix this problem, I have this line that I put roughly in the center. It doesn't matter if it's completely on center because I can then go with the trim tool within the sketch and I can trim it on either end. Alright, so I've trimmed those. Then I can just get rid of this top part. So now I have this center line and that other half gone. I'm going to then select this bottom half, Control C to copy it, Control V to paste it. And then to mirror it, I'm going to go to the rotate option and I'm just going to click that like line of symmetry I made and rotate it 180 degrees. So now even those small little differences are gone and it's completely symmetrical, and I still only have a couple of points on here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this won't crash Fusion or make it mad at me, and it's going to turn out and like look good. So I'm going to hit OK. And from there, I'm going to make a point that's right in the middle of this line of symmetry. This is going to help me get it centered relative to the fret slots. I can then go to select, alright, drag a selection over that whole thing. I'm going to hit M to move, go to point. I'm going to select that middle point. And then I went in the sketch and I just projected the fret slots, so I have lines going in between the two. So that way when I click on it, it'll center it perfectly between the two slots. I'm going to hit OK. And now when I turn my frets on, I can double check and make sure that nothing's going to get covered up by the frets when they're installed. I got some areas that are kind of close, but these are also marked as like mapped out to be the largest frets like possible. So I should have none of the inlay obscured, everything centered. I'm pleased with that. So now let's go into actually like putting this into the fretboard. So to do that, I'm just going to click a bunch of times because I'm lazy. I'm going to hit Q and I'm going to select all of these. Now earlier in the previous stream that I did, I put all these sketches on an offset plane that is at the apex of the fretboard radius. And one thing you do want to keep in mind, I selected something weird. I didn't want to select that. One thing you want to keep in mind... Whoa. I might have to do these one at a time. Fusion's already getting mad at me. Nope, I didn't want to select the fretboard. Alright, hold on. One thing you want to keep in mind is the thickness of your material. Now, I'm thinking I'm going to do this with some cast acrylic. I have some mother of pearl, but like for the size of these, I don't know how well that's going to work. But I know the cast acrylic is 3 millimeters thick. That's way thicker than we're going to need for this. I'm going to say, whatever, 2 millimeter. Oh, hold on. I hit the wrong thing. Q. Come on. So I'm going to select that half, select this half, negative 2 millimeter into the fretboard. What? No, negative 2 inches above. No. Hold on. And it should be, I guess, positive. Would that put it into the fretboard? There we go. Alright, so I can see how that's working. That looks good. I'm going to hit OK. And now I have a cavity that's going to match that inlay perfectly. And I'm just going to be able to do that for the rest of these inlay. So that's the one thing that also I find kind of annoying about Fusion is that, like, if you extrude one shape, it automatically turns all your stuff off, which is kind of annoying. And actually, one thing I'm also going to do, instead of having it just be cut, I'm actually going to have it make it a new body, and I'm going to later subtract that, so I just have to do less work. Because like right now, this is a separate thing that I can cut from the fretboard, whereas like this is a hole, and I'm going to have to make a new shape and stuff. And two birds with one stone. It makes it easier. Let me see. Maybe it'll let me do... Let me turn off the strings too. Where did I put those strings? Oh yeah, and if anybody has any questions at this point, you know, feel free to ask. I'm just going to be clicking things for a hot minute. Hope everybody's day was going well. And I'm thinking once I'm done with the inlay, I'm thinking I'm going to start working on getting the components installed in here. I have a bunch of them right next to me. I'm using stuff from Jerrytone. They got some nice components that are whatever period spec correct for you know, tiger and wolf and all of that. So I'm going to be using those in here, and I just want to make sure that they're going to fit correctly. Uh-oh. Is it mad at me? No? Okay. I'm going to change it from 2 inches to 2 millimeters. Let's see if it crashes. This is an awful lot of geometry. Okay. Worked well. New body. Okay. Alright, great. And then I'm actually going to make this guy a new body as well. I wish sometimes I'd get a new body. I could have, like, you know, green skin. How much is this guitar? I don't know. I have not decided yet. I guess it really depends on the components and how long it actually takes. This is just something I kind of wanted to do for fun. Not 22. 2 millimeter. I do not want it to join. I want it to be a new body. Okay. Alright, so now I can turn that sketch off, and we'll see we have all these inlays now, which are looking pretty sharp. So I'm going to, well, yeah, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Even though it looks like they're in there, if I were to turn these bodies off, you would actually see that they are like just occupying the same space. It is similar to an SG, and it's got the hitchhiker thumbs that are kind of like the horns. But I'm going to go to combine. I'll select the fretboard, which is going to select like the whole mass of wood, and then I'm going to cut and keep tools, and then I can just go in and I can pick all of these different inlay. Now what I'm doing, this whole thing, this is just for a render to give me an idea. If I were actually, when I get around to actually machining these inlay, you want to actually do a bit of an offset, just because if you machine your inlay to be the exact dimension as your like cavity for it, a lot of times it's going to be just like way too tight a fit. It's not going to work, so you want to give yourself a little wiggle room. Alright, so now I am actually going to select all of these. Where's this one? Inlay 2, okay. I'm going to, oh, somebody just showed me how to, I've remembered just doing this, hold on. Move to group? No, there's a way. I have to click on bodies. Yes, create group. Okay, I'm gonna say this is the inlay. I'm gonna put all these guys right in there to help keep this organized. So now I can turn them off and on. Boom, boom, great. Now one thing you may also notice is that because they were extruded on a flat plane and the fretboard has a radius to it, the center is flush, right? This is in line with our wood grain. But the edges protrude because, you know, these are flat 2.5D shapes and the fretboard is curved. So I'm going to go through and actually shear those so they're flush with the fretboard. To do that, let's see, I gotta turn my frets off because I don't want to mess up those. And then this one guy wants to be his own thing. Where is that guy? Yeah, this one. Alright, turn that off. And then I'm also going to turn the nut off. I'm going to make a sketch right here. So this is a little cross section of the top of the fretboard. I'm just going to make some like whatever arbitrary shape that's bigger than the fretboard itself. So that's now a closed shape. I'm going to hit finish sketch, Q, and I'm going to use that profile just like a leveling beam. For those of you who, you know, do work on fretboards and frets and stuff. This radius is going to shear off the tops of all of these, although the program might get mad at me because it's a bunch of shapes that it's cutting. Okay, looks good. Great. Hit OK. Hope it doesn't crash. Alright. Now when we zoom in, those edges are... Whoa, wait, hold on. What did I do there? Oh, I over-selected, that's why. Hold on, okay, I gotta go back and fix that. It was looking good. I got a little bit ahead of myself here. Sketches. Let's go back to this guy. Yeah, okay, so here's what happened. You can see down the barrel of the fretboard, it kind of goes out too far. What I should do is project that too. So I'm going to hit P. I'm going to project that side. Okay. P, project this side. Okay. Now my selection kind of stops there. I'm going to hit finish sketch. And I'm going to redo that and hopefully not cut off weird parts of my fretboard that I don't want to. I'm going to drag that out. That looks good. Hit OK. Now when we zoom in, we didn't cut the fretboard, and that is completely flush with the top of our frets. I did it. I'm so smart. Alright. We can turn the frets back on, see what those look like. With everything all in there. Where is it? There, frets. Okay, and then that one straggler. And just to help differentiate between those and the frets, I am going to apply an appearance to them. So I'm going to hit A to open the appearance tab. And I went over these. So I don't know quite what I'm going to make these out of yet. I do have, it might be nice to use the glitter, fuchsia glitter stuff. I have that, a big sheet of it. That might be cool. I also have some like yellow mother of pearl, which might look nice. I don't know. I also have some sparkle gold. So let's let's apply something to the whole group. Let's see. If I did metal, I need something in gold. Oh yeah, if there is a material that you want, you can always download it. I don't know why it doesn't come with all of them. I guess it's because they take up space. But now I'm going to click on that I have it. I'm going to go to, where did I put that inlay group? Where is it? I'm looking right at it. I know it's somewhere. Inlay, 15. Why? Click. Hold on. Why are you doing this to me? Alright, I'll do it this way. I'm going to just select all of them. A for appearances. No, not... I didn't hit Q. Why? Why is it doing this to me? A. Gold. Drag it onto those. Alright. Yeah, maybe I will end up making those out of, like, bronze or something. They do look nice in gold. I could do them in silver to match the hardware. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll kick it over the next couple of weeks and stuff. But this is starting to look pretty good. So I'm going to shift gears, and I'm going to start talking about making something that's going to, like getting all the controls in here. Because we have a couple of issues that could, you know, be annoying, and we're going to have to deal with beforehand. So the main being this kind of top, right? So we have this flat area, which if we can get all the controls on there, awesome, because then they just mount directly to a flat surface. It's easy to machine, no real problem. However, we also have this carve, and it's a carved surface, and controls typically are going to want to like sit flat, unless you do some kind of like recess, pocket, or some kind of shelf on the inside. You can do it like a Les Paul, or if you even think of like a PRS, how they have those little like scooped areas around their controls. That's another way to solve it. But just for placement, I'm going to turn that canvas back on so you can see our original source, the original Tiger. And I can see that, you know, we have these three controls and the 5-way blade. I'm probably going to manage to get those in the flat sections. And then I think the mini toggles and the jack plates, or the plate for the jacks rather, are probably also going to have to go on that German carve. And then I would like to do something like this, like a kind of inlaid plate for the battery pack rather than having a battery pack on the back. So let's get into this, because this is going to also have to be rear mounted. Okay, we have the mirror version of it. So to accommodate for this stuff, I'm going to make a new sketch on the back, because I am going to have it as just like a rear mounted jack plate. I know the original Tiger has like a crazy inlaid flame maple back and all that stuff, and like I ain't got the time for that, or the resources, or the money, more importantly. So I'm going to have to make a cavity that I can put all this in, but it's also going to have to sit flush, and I do have the German carve on the back as well. See, these are the problems that you get to deal with. I might be able to get crafty, because I could machine it with the back not glued on. I think that's the play. Alright. I think I can make this work, and then I can just have like a little lip on there. I'm just talking to myself. I'm going to shut up and start doing this. So we are going to... let's start with an offset. I'm going to project... Let me turn this canvas off. I'm going to project the outer most areas. Or not? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go in and select some of this extra stuff that I don't need and get rid of it. Because really I just want it to be like an offset from the exterior of this guitar. Alright, cool. Ah, come on. Delete. Whatever. I'm going to create an offset of this guy, and this guy, and that one too. I'm going to drag it in. Let's do 1.125, 1 1/8, just so we have a decent amount of material around the edge there. I know that with this German carve, this top might get a little thin, and I want a solid glue seam to make sure nothing gets like funky. I'm gonna hit OK. Alright, so I have that. Let me turn on the canvas just so I can see how that makes everything fall. Okay, this should be easy, honestly. I know I've seen other pictures of Tiger with like these are actually routed from the front, I believe. Those jack plate, like that area. But yeah, I'm trying to do this as easy as possible. I'm not trying to make this harder than it needs to be. So, turn that canvas off. I'm going to make a profile. It's going to go... so it's going to have to fit that in there comfortably. So let's say out to there. Let's do 6.5. Seems like a good number. And I also want to have enough room to like comfortably fit everything I'm going to be working with. There are a lot of components. This should be more than enough. Okay. So with that, I'm going to turn... Let's see. I'm actually going to do a second projection of this, or offset of this. Oh wait, did I finish sketch? Hold on, I should go back into that. I'm going to do a second offset of these guys. And that's going to go in, let's say, 0.65. And let's say 1/2 inch. Alright, I think that's fine. Okay. So, with that, alright, I think I got it. I'm gonna make another line here to there. You'll see why I'm doing this in a second. I just gotta like, I can't articulate it right now because I'm in my mind palace. Okay. With that, I'm gonna turn this canvas off. So I don't want to cut all of this through the Purple Heart back. Instead, I'm going to, where's the body? Bushing. Is it in bodies? Hold on. No, guitar body. Duh, I'm so stupid. Alright, body back. I'm going to take the back off of this. Because when I machine this, I'm going to machine it as a separate thing. I'm going to cut and like have a bunch of chambered areas in this guitar, like the core of the guitar, and then I'll glue the top and back on. So that way I have a lot of weight relief, it'll be nice and light, and I can fit everything comfortably in there. So when that's out, let me turn the top off too. If I extrude this all the way out. Oh, wait. See? Here's where Fusion is nice, because it'll let you know when you are stupid. I forgot. I have 2 things I'm running into currently. I'm running into first the post for the bridge, so I gotta make a space for that. And then also, I'm running into this cavity here that I have the pickups in. So I'm gonna have to hit cancel on that and go back into this sketch. So if I didn't have Fusion, I might not know that. That would have been tragic. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna project a few things then. I'm gonna project this guy, so I know where that post is. I'm also going to project this plate so I can work around those two things. Okay. So I can still keep the rest of this pretty large, but I'm going to do just a create curve or arc, 3-point arc. We love a 3-point arc, don't we, folks? Bam, bam. Just want something that's gonna, like, whatever, be fine. Alright, cool. That'll also give me an easy way to ground that bridge, so that's nice, because that's, like, pretty close. Alright, cool. Now let's try this again. Finish sketch. I'm gonna hit Q. I'm gonna select all three of these. I'm gonna turn the body top off, and I'm gonna extrude that all the way through this, okay? So now I have this big old gap in here. This will be enough for me to actually fit everything I need to work on. I'm gonna fill it rather. Hit F on the keyboard. I'm gonna fill out these corners. I know what bits I use. I use primarily for stuff like this, 1/4-inch bits. So I just like to know what it's gonna look like. So 0.25 to match a 1/4-inch radius bit. Awesome, cool. Now I can turn that guitar back off. Okay. So you won't see any of that, but now I have a large spot where I can actually fit all of my controls in. Perfect. I do want to have the access plate for that. Let me turn that sketch back on. Scroll down to the bottom. Alright. So this is why I have this second offset here, and why I'm going to treat this kind of like a lip. Will it, oh, you know what? It may just let me cut this from the back. I could be really fancy and also do this out of purple heart so it can match. Maybe I'll do that. That might look nice now that I think of it. Well, let's see. Now that I have that sketch on, let's turn the back on, and maybe I can slice it with the actual cut, or with the line. So we go to body back. I'm gonna finish sketch. I'm gonna split body. I want to try and just split the top. Will it let me use these? Okay. No, it does not like that. All right. Because really, I could. Hold on. All right. Maybe if I just try that interior shape. Okay. Okay. No, it didn't like that last one. Alright. Whatever. I can do this and kind of piece it together, I think. Okay. Let's see what happens. No, did not like that. Was not a fan. I can just make it a new body. What am I doing? I'm so stupid. Alright. Although, how thick is the top? Alright. Hold on. Sorry, I'm working through this in real time. Alright, if I do that, turn the body back off, and inspect the distance. 0.3? What? No, that can't be right. What is that measurement? Maybe it is 0.3. Maybe I'm just dumb. Body core. Okay. Inspect. That to this. It is 0.3. Alright. Guess I was wrong. Okay. I'm gonna take this. Q. I'm going to negatively extrude it. And I'm going to have it make a new body. Okay. And then I'm going to take that. Oh, hold on. Let me turn the sketch off. I'm going to take that. I'm going to combine the whole thing, that thing. Keep tools. Okay. Alright. So now, the way I did this, I have this little panel here, which should give me access when I turn that off to this chamber. Nice. And then I have like a little ledge so I can finagle some tinier electronics in there without having to, you know, alter this carb over here. Now, some things I am actually noticing though, I did not continue my fillets on this. So let me step back one. I'm going to go to the slider. I'm going to step back. I'm going to turn this body back on. Turn that off. And I'm just going to fillet these sharp edges so it matches. There, there, there. And there. 0.25 inches. Okay, cool. Turn the body back on and redo that. So combine this one with the tool body being this one. Okay, there we go. I did it. I'm so smart. Let me just double check. So if I turn this, I'm gonna call that control cover. Nope, I guess I had a caps lock on. If I turn that off, nice. So now that matches. That looks good. Cool. Got a nice little undercut there. Alright. So nice, easily accessible stuff. So I'm going to take the body, top or back off. Now I'm going to start placing the actual components. For that, I'll turn the canvas back on. So I should have more than enough space to fit everything. I'm going to also, let me project the top of this. Because I want to try and kind of work around that. I do work with plexiglass, but not as like a body material really. The only time I mainly work with plexi when doing pick guards and stuff like that. It's a weird material to kind of work with. I'm not a huge fan of shaping it just because, you know, it is glass-like. That can be kind of annoying. It has a tendency to like chip and break and like can be kind of frustrating in that sense. I wouldn't want to use it for a body just for that reason. Not that it has any like bad tonal or sonic qualities to it. I just like, I know I'd be annoyed by it. So I'm going to place these pots first, and I do have a potentiometer modeled, but I am going to double check it because the pots I'm using are whatever, you know, Tiger specific. So again, shout out Jerry Tone. They got the stuff. So we have this one, which is slightly different than like a CTS pot, and then we got a stacked pot as well. So, you know, let's see if this is going to work the way I think it's going to work. Hopefully they match up pretty closely for everything. Alright, let me break out my trusty calipers. Oh yeah, no problem. So if I measure this guy, it's coming in at about 1 inch in diameter. if I go to this pot that I just use as kind of like a standard one, I think it seems pretty close. Oh, hold on, I'm in millimeters. Let me change that. Change it from millimeters to inches. Okay. Inspect. What does that say? 9.25. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Am I forgetting something? Okay, yeah. So I got 2 of these and the stacked one. My one concern is the stacked pot fitting with that German carve too, because like if you look at them, one is like, you know, too tall. It's not like a CTS push-pull pot or anything like that, but we'll make it work. So, to plot everything out, I'm going to take this pot that I've made in a previous document. I'm going to copy this guy. I'm going to go back here. There's sketch. I'm going to document, paste new. Alright, so now I have this little potentiometer in there, and let's see, I need to get it so it's going to kind of sit flush with the top of that recess. So I'm going to do point to point. Another nice thing in Fusion, when you do point to point, it'll allow you to do like concentric things, so I can just select the bottom of the like turny point of that pot, and I'm just gonna like, whatever, I'll just place it right here for now so I know it's on the right plane. And then I can go to free move, and I'm gonna drag this guy roughly where he should be. Okay, so let's see. Alright, nice, that's gonna come through perfectly. Then I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to click on that guy. I'm sure I'm looking at it. There is a duplicate option that is usually here. I can't find it. I'm just going to do it. Control C, Control V. Capture position. I don't know. Okay. Great. Let's say right about there. Okay. And another. Gonna go right about there. Okay, so let's see how these are like fitting on the rest of this. Pretty good at the top. The only thing I'm thinking, I'm a little nervous about how close this is to that bevel, so I'm gonna scoot this guy over. Let's move him like there. And then I'm going to move that one so it's a little more in the middle. Like that. So we have a nice little arc here, like very nice. I think that's good. So just to get these evenly split, now that I have them kind of roughly placed, I'm going to go back. Yeah. I'm going to go back to the back of this thing. Turn canvas off. I'm going to make a new sketch in here. Capture position. Let me turn off some of these older sketches so they don't distract me. Alright. And I want to create a nice, even, consistent arc between the 3 and have this middle one equidistant, just because that's like an anal thing that I like to do. I like to have everything, like, all my controls on my guitars are spaced out, like, very evenly. I don't like it when it looks like controls are kind of haphazardly placed. So I'm just going to project those 2 points. So I have those. Those are going to stay where they are, but now I'm going to go into arc, 3-point arc, and I'm just going to drag out something that's like somewhat more in line with that. Actually, let me look at this from the top. I'll have a better sense. Yeah, right about there. Okay. And then if I'm smart If, at least as smart as I think I am, I should be able to move that guy. Oh, I can cancel. Finish sketch. I'm going to move... Oh, nope, I got to change that to components because this potentiometer is a component. And then I got to go turn the sketch back on. Why are my sketches all off? Okay. So I want... hold on, I gotta drag this back out. Free move. Move this so it's not in the way of stuff. Point to point. And I want the center of the shaft of the potentiometer to ideally... There we go. Boom, dead center of that arc. Let's go, baby. Alright, cool. So now they're all equidistant. I got enough space for that. It looks good. It's kind of like where it needs to be. Oh, shout out to Neshaminy Creek Brewing. Shape of hops to come. Very, very tasty. Alright. One other thing I just want to check is the height. So these are modeled after like a single one, but I do have this stacked potentiometer, and I want to make sure it's going to fit in this cavity and not bump into anything awkwardly. So first I'm going to get this measurement for this guy. So if this is mounted flush, let me take this washer off. If this were mounted flush to the top, like so, with the washer on there, it'd be 1.19 inches. I think we should be fine. So the height of this whole thing is, 1 inch. Oh, okay. So I will probably have to make a cut into the Purple Heart top of this to make that work. Because you don't want to have it be sticking out the back. Although, I guess... No, that's stupid. I should just machine... Because I can machine this plate. Alright, yeah. Alright, so say for instance... This one is going to be... Oh wait, no, I just want it to do one. I don't want it to do all of them. Oh, come on. That's an annoying thing about components in this program. When you edit one, it's like, oh, you want to edit all of these? And I'm like, no, I just want to edit just the one guy. Will you let me... Alright, whatever. So when I have the... I really gotta find a way to better organize my sketches. There's too many. So when I have that over top, I can actually make this thinner, so I'll have that clearance. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, I'm actually gonna carve into this now, so I don't forget, because I know I will, if I don't do this now. So I'm going to project that guy. I'm going to make this, what, 3 millimeters thick? Yeah, that's fine. And then I'm going to do a line that goes all the way across. Finish sketch. And then I'm going to split that body using this guy. Okay. And then control cover 1, you're getting deleted. I don't need you. Okay. So now the actual height that I have to work within this cavity should be from the bottom of this thing to the bottom of this guy. If I can get a view on it, which is 1.15. Oh, dude, still not enough. This is a crazy tall pot. Okay. Oh, man. I guess I am just going to have to recess that a bit. Alright. I'll just do it for that one. This might also be one of those things where it's easier to do after the fact with like a Forstner bit. You can, I for the sake of this demo and whatnot, I will do it in Fusion, but ultimately, this is probably something that, like, if you're trying to, you know, practically make guitars, you just get a Forstner bit and you just do it yourself on a drill press, because that would save you a lot of time. But hey, you know, I'm here to hopefully show people how to do this stuff. So if I want to recess these, I'm going to actually, let's make a new sketch for sketch number 10 billion. We're going to make it in here, and I'm going to project all these rings. Okay. I'm going to turn those potentiometers off. Alright. And then I'm going to make a slightly larger selection than that, just so we can actually mount them. Let's do, what is that? That's 0. Let's do 0.4. Copy, paste those measurements, and then Q, I'm going to pierce all of these all the way through. Or you know what? No, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm just going to, because to save time in sketches. So the diameter of this was about 1 inch. So I'm going to make, from that center point, I'll do 1.125. Give me a little wiggle room. The same for this. Because I also want the tops of all the pots to be at the same height. I don't want one to be higher than the other. So 1.125. Okay, finish sketch. So now is when we're going to start piercing things. I'm going to select that. I'm going to select this. That guy, this guy. That guy, this guy. Alright. So this is going to be where the actual potentiometer comes through. Hit OK. Now we're going to do the recess. So this will allow us to... Oh, no. Turn that back on. So I'm going to select those. And then we're just going to go down a little bit. We don't need to go down much. Yeah, 0.1 inches. So that, in its own right, that should give us enough clearance for the pots. Let me double check with that back plate. And again, this is where Fusion like really shines, because otherwise I'd have to like, if I were just making this kind of with a loose plan, this would be a problem I'd probably run into and have to figure out a solution on the fly. But like, because I'm doing it all on the computer, I can troubleshoot this before committing to anything. Alright, so that gives me 1.25 inches. That's plenty of clearance for this pot. So that's good. That'll work. Alright. Next thing I'll be doing. Let's see. I guess I'll turn the canvas back on. So you have 3 mini toggles, a 5-way blade switch, and then those. And I also have the spud buffer, which I might want to do first, I guess. Everything else can kind of go wherever, but this guy, I gotta get the measurements for this thing. Yeah. So again, shout out, you know, Jerry Tone, Waldo Electronics. These things I'm very excited to hear what this sounds like. But I gotta make enough space to actually fit this in here. So I'm thinking right here is gonna be a good spot for that. I should have plenty of room with those pots in there. Let me actually turn this canvas off so I can actually, wait, no. Oh, it's the back plate. I was like, why can't I see this? I was so stupid. Okay. Alright, so those are sitting there. This guy is going to go right around here. So to measure that, I'll probably just end up securing, like stuff like this or a preamp, I'll always do like double stick tape on. This is 1 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch. Okay. So, new sketch right here. Yeah, I should have like miles to fit this thing in. 1.25, 1 3/4. All right. Finished sketch. We're just gonna make this a. Whoa, what? Why is that all the way over there? Whatever. We're gonna make this a new body. Oh wait, no, not 1.25. 0.125. We'll make it 1/8 of an inch. And this is just gonna represent the kind of like circuit board. I'm not gonna model all the I'm not gonna model all the circuitry or anything. I'm just gonna whatever move this guy. Just so I know how much space he's going to need. That's plenty. And then I'll just make him green, like a little circuit board, so I know. Let's do paint. Whatever, glossy. Green enamel. Alright, so that's our little circuit board in there. Cool. And then, let's see, what else do we have? Alright, 5-way toggle. You know what? I'll probably, you know what? I'm going to pick up with this next time. Just because I want to model these all beforehand so I know that everything's going to fit. Similarly to those pots, it's good to actually have little components so you can actually place them. But, you know, all in all, I think this is looking pretty good. Now that we got the fretboard with all the inlays and stuff modeled. We got some of the controls placed. It's starting to look a lot like an actual guitar, so getting excited for this. Again, I am recording all this. It will be up on YouTube. I didn't post last week's yet, and then I just posted the week before that, and the audio is all off, but I'll get that up soon, so you can check that out. But thanks for joining me and watching along. We'll talk to you later.